It's not often we all become a part of a news story, even though we see news stories all the time. Well, for the next 3 hours, we'll look at the news story everyone was a part of but didn't get to see.
This is the story of Hurricane Hugo. It's more than a story of a Category 4 storm with 130-mile-an-hour winds. It's more than a story of destruction or even a lack of it. The story of Hugo is the story of people. People at their best during their worst hour.
This is the story of strangers who are now friends, competitors who are now cooperating. Hugo is people bonding together to make a nightmare into a dream of tomorrow.
In a minute, Hugo, the storm, the land, the people.
Our message with Hugo is that Hugo is a serious potential threat to our area. This storm, all the indications is that the storm is generally coming this way. People need to prepare, and the basic decision is whether or not they're going to stay where they're at and prepare themselves for staying, or whether or not they're going to have to leave.
And so it began, the boarding up and the packing of bags. With it all, a resolve not to be beaten by this storm called Hugo.
No, I'm not afraid as long as I prepare, but if I don't prepare, believe me, I would be worried.
They said they were.
Those who started early were lucky. Plywood was in short supply.
Oh, well, when my employees went, and he said it was you couldn't get anything unless you already had it had it ordered.
Some resolved not to worry about boarding up at all.
If it really hits us, it'll probably take the roof off and maybe take the whole house away. There's not much you can do to protect it. A little beach cottage like we have.
There were those who had no doubt they'd stay put.
I don't know, maybe I'm a strong person. I don't know what it is, but I'm really not scared. I love this house, and I ain't going to move out of it for nobody.
We're going to stay here because, of course, Mom and Dad will not leave this house. And what we'll do is probably just move upstairs.
If you leave, you might don't have nothing when you come back.
I don't know exactly how high I am here above water, but hopefully if the storm surge doesn't hurt us too bad, I think we can withstand the wind.
For others, there was no question but to go.
Well, what am I going to do with the baby?
Would be really.
I don't know. See, I just think this is
I just think it's absolutely ridiculous to stay with the baby.
I-26 was packed with people heading for higher ground. They were leaving behind boarded-up homes, sealed-up businesses.
You must be off the island by 12 noon.
Deciding what to take and how to take it wasn't easy.
I've packed all the papers and things that we have to have, and some antique things, things that you can't replace, and some clothes so I can work if the weather gets better.
You can't take all the furniture and everything. We'll probably take some silverware and some valuables, but and the boat.
Big wind on the way, Mom. Big wind.
Marinas burned the midnight oil.
Keep going as far as you can go.
We're getting the boat ready for it to leave tomorrow morning.
Where are you taking the boat to?
Up the Cooper River as far as we can go. Getting out of here probably as soon as we can in the morning.
So you live on your boat?
Yes, sir.
So you're leaving town, huh?
Yeah. Getting out. Everybody else in the marina is probably doing the same thing, too.
Shrimp boats were on the move. So were the tourists. The Grand Strand looked empty. And so did our store shelves.
The bread and water's gone, your batteries are gone. I think people are taking this seriously.
I'm stocking up, me and my kids, but I found out they don't have any bread.
You could count on a wait at the gas pump, especially if you lived close to the beach.
I just came back from Folly Beach, and it's packed down there, and so I live downtown, and so I said, well, I'll just come down here to the neighborhood gas station and see what it's like. It hasn't been that bad, though. I've only had to wait for about 10 minutes or so.
Schools began opening their doors to the refugees from the storm.
I think I might go to one of those schools.
And they came in waves like the waters of the stormy Atlantic.
Right now at Wando High School, we have
all the possible evacuees we can handle. I would advise people to look at other possible shelters or try to leave the Charleston area if they can.
A few left behind final messages. By now, there was no turning back. Ready or not, Hugo was on the way.
Sure, I'm ready. I have a place over here in Sullivan's Island, too. I haven't even touched it because I've been too busy on this. I'm chalking that all off as lost.
All right. Good luck.
Most hurricanes are rather elusive, yet it became very clear by Thursday afternoon that Hurricane Hugo had his eye on the South Carolina coast. The order to evacuate had already been given, and we here at Channel 5 in one of the low-lying sections of our city decided to follow our own advice and evacuate our studios.
We interrupt this program to bring you a Live 5 weather bulletin.
Please leave now. Again, if you want to leave the Charleston area, please leave now.
By the time Charleston County Chair Linda Lombard made that announcement Thursday afternoon, we knew that Hurricane Hugo was headed in our general direction and that we should get out of his way, if not for our own safety, then for the safety of others.
If you do not leave and you are stranded, you risk not only your own life, but those who are sent to rescue you.
We've had 4 units out tonight at the request of the Council of Kiowa Island, requesting an evacuation by 8 a.m. in the morning. We're asking to leave now.
On Kiowa Island, the mass migration to safety had already begun the night before. What do you think about this? Are you getting out of here?
Yeah, we are. We don't want to get caught in it.
Have you ever been in a storm like this before?
No, sir. Don't want to be in one either.
We're not trying to get them off tonight, but we're informing everybody to leave at least by 8 o'clock in the morning, because some people just came in to go to sleep, and they said that they would be leaving at least by 4.
Where are you going?
I think we're going to be heading out to Birmingham, Alabama. I have a daughter that lives there.
And by sunrise on Thursday, the Navy was already evacuating many of its ships to the safer waters of the open sea, while much smaller pleasure boats sought the protection of inland waterways. 2 floors above the corner of Meeting and Broad, Charleston Mayor Joe Riley and his staff were making their final plans for Hugo's arrival.
One thing we would add, and this is particularly true, I guess, of police and fire, because you'll have more people out there all the time, is that when the calls or when the obvious sightings of problems are, to give us as much detail as you can.
And so with their plans in place, city officials began the task of getting ready to evacuate the building and the city, thinking that they were on schedule and that Hugo would not make landfall until daybreak on Friday.
Our feeling is that we have the advantage of time and that we want to make sure that we're ready. This has the potential of being the most serious hurricane certainly in my lifetime.
As Mayor Riley and everyone else would learn, Hugo had his own timetable. In the meantime, concern for the evacuation of Sullivan's Island and the Isle of Palms grew as the day wore on. What are you telling the folks here on the Isle of Palms about getting off the island, especially just one bridge?
Well, of course, right now we're on just an alert standby status. The minute we get any notification to do an evacuation, we would contact all the different area media, television and radio, to broadcast our evacuation notice. We're then going to send our officers out house to house on the entire island, the neighboring islands, to give personal notification to every household. Those who have family, relatives inland, a lot of them are already gone. They're just not going to take any chances and wait until the mad dash, so to speak.
There was a mad dash, so to speak, out of North Charleston, which added an extra meaning of concern to the rush in rush hour.
How bad's it been? I don't know. It looks pretty bad as far as the traffic is.
You having a hard time getting out?
Sure am. It's crawling along just like bumble to bumble right now.
With a lot of motorists on edge, the South Carolina State Highway Patrol called out the reinforcements to keep I-26 West flowing smoothly, regardless of the pace.
All of our troopers will be on the road, and we will call in troopers from other counties as necessary. We will be cooperating with the disaster preparedness folks, all the other police departments, and helping our maintenance, because we're going to have a bunch of trees down across roads. We're going to try to keep that as clear as possible to get folks off of the barrier islands. We'll have men on the road to try to keep the broke down folks, get them help. We're just going to be everywhere we can be with the personnel we have.
Evacuation shelters in the area had been open since the night before, and by Thursday, many shelter directors became the bearers of bad tidings.
The shelter at Wando High School is filled to capacity. Evacuees that in that area should go to Moultrie Middle School.
As the skies overhead grew darker, store owners downtown boarded up their businesses before heading out, except for gas station owners who probably couldn't have left without creating a small riot. With the traffic on the I looking as thick as pea soup and the hurricane breathing down our necks, Hurricane Hugo was here.
Hugo started with a whimper. Thursday morning, as thousands of cars packed I-26, the sun was shining. By noon, it had turned cloudy. By 4 p.m., it was barely raining. By 6, we wondered what all the hoopla was about. By 8 p.m., those who decided to stay were lulled into a false sense of security. 1 hour later, this storm's fury was unleashed. The next 6 hours were pure hell.
I'm Bob Knowles. Hugo's fury cost more than 50 lives. We found out why firsthand. Photographers Charles Bowden, Frank Blacklock, and I drove for our lives after midnight on Interstate 26. The washing machine-like wind and rain periodically blinding us. We listened to the only voice in the night, Q107, on the car radio.
90-mile-per-hour winds. Listen to me, I'm starting to go. 90-mile-per-hour winds on the airbase. What's infinity on here?
Downtown flooded. Flying debris smashed car windows. Trees down, power out. Hugo was worse than we ever dreamed.
It's just mass destruction as far as the power lines and the trees and buildings.
Yeah, everything's shut down. There's no power in the city at all.
Oh, all the power lines. All the trees, all the big trees, either broken midway up or ripped out of the ground, across the road. Just total destruction.
Evacuees at Fraser Elementary School said this shelter was a lifesaver.
Got to take precaution when storms come along and stuff like that. You got to take precaution if you want your life saved, you know.
I think it's nice for the people, you know, to have somewhere to go, you know, to have shelter in case of emergencies like this. But, you know, as far as the hurricane and all that, you know, it picked the wrong time to come, you know.
I think when day breaks, everybody will see that it has exceeded their fears.